Thursday edition of Hot Ice, a.k.a. a CJ Crone appreciation show, where we're probably the only show in the country that is advocating for a guy who plays for the Colorado Rockies to win the MVP. So that is Hot Ice. We got a special guest, Elio, coming up in like 10 minutes, doing a little pre-show stuff. I tweeted as well. My prediction, I'm 6 or 7 of my best bets. I'm not even worried about it. The goal right now is have Ev and Carl, more so Carl, win their best bets. If we win as a team, I'm telling you right now, I'm confident in mine. Parlay them all together. I got a good feeling about today. Weird rain. We got some guy out on the ledge drilling jackhammers through a fucking skull. It's been a tough morning. It's a tough morning, but we're going to get it done. That's what we do on Hot Ice. Real quick, so two headlines. We'll get to the Scherzer injury a little bit, but basically kind of keep it a little loose here. This was going into last night. The top 10 most profitable teams in the major leagues and the least profitable. So real quick, I'll read them off. The Yankees, obviously, most profitable. Padres, Astros, Mets, Angels, Twins, Giants, D-backs, Brewers, and Rays. The least profitable, Cincy, the Braves, who we've touched on, stink. Boston, Detroit, Washington, Kansas City, Miami, Philly, Seattle, and the Chicago Cubs. So I guess, Ev, we talk about these teams like having our number or like who we love. Who's a team that's been not on the list, that's just been good to you like all year, or somebody you kind of zeroed in on, or somebody you just want to air it out and say, you know what, fuck these guys, I can't get them right. I think it was the Phillies, I know, for like the first 2 weeks for you.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, obviously it'd be easy to say the Yankees, but the thing is with them, I'm not sitting here laying all these minus 200s with them and all that. To be honest, I gotta be straightforward. I don't know if I found that team yet this year.
Okay.
I don't know if I found that team that's consistently been there for me time and time again. Last year, I raised that it was the Cardinals. I've been on them a lot. I may mention them later in the show today. I haven't really found that yet, to be totally honest. That's usually what I've been good about. I think that's why I've been struggling early on, at least. I've been starting to find it a little more than I did earlier in the season, but I honestly haven't really found that team that I've been going back to over and over again.
Carl, anybody you see who could turn it around? Hey, some bad. I mean, the Cubs are on this list. They're lowest of the 10 though, so they're minus 338. So that's not horrific. That's a bad, a fly ball, a ground ball with CNIs. That's just kind of how it goes. Is there anybody? Yeah, you could see turning around, or a team that's been profitable that you're hey, this is false gold here. Where they're at.
Well, I have enjoyed the Diamondbacks, and I don't know where they were on the profitability there, but I've had a good feel for reading them early in the season. I've been hesitant to jump on the Padres just because they're consistently matched up in such a tough division, and I just I don't know, that's one where I know they're really hot and they're at the top, but I don't. Maybe that's why they're so profitable, is because I just haven't loved them yet. But the Yankees, on the other hand, what Ev's saying, they're just constantly, every time you look at them, you like them. Today, this isn't an official play. It's worth saying, though, I'm taking the Yankees minus 1.5 parlayed with the over, just because it's it could be one of those days where the Yankees just fucking hang 14 and go home and have steaks for dinner. Yeah. So, but from the profitability standpoint, again, the Diamondbacks, this is going to come back to bite me later in the show, but I've enjoyed betting the Diamondbacks. I think they've overperformed. And then take, again, another good look at the Rockies. I mean, the Rockies are consistently, Joe Connor, you bring up CJ Cron, you'll be happy to know. I said to our talent team, he was the number 2 person on my list of people we want to interview right now. I won't tell you who the number 1 was, but based on our conversations and how he's going and everything, he's a really interesting guy. It was please, please, please get me this guy. So
yeah, tell him there's this whack job in New York who keeps saying he should be the MVP.
Can we get an autograph? Can you send me a ball, mister?
Yeah. Carl, you did bring that up. That's kind of a funny visual. Ev, how much would you pay hypothetical cover charge? The Yankees are in Baltimore today, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
How much would you pay if you were on that line? Yankees, it's 4:00 in the afternoon, happy hour down at Secrets. The Yankees just put 14 up on Baltimore. They're all smashing. They come walking past you what amount of money is it for you to skip that line and you can go out in the water, that dirty water, and get a table with the Yankees down at Secrets?
What am I paying just to hang out with them?
Yeah, you just see it happen. It's a hypothetical. Have some fun with it, obviously. But they just win. They're the hottest team in baseball. You're fuck, man, I gotta skip this line. And the bouncer says to you, all right, this is how much it's gonna cost. At what point do you just say, all right, here's the money, or you're fuck, if he says $5,000, are you doing it? No doubt. If he says $3 grand, no. Right.
No. Obviously, I'm the kind of guy where like this is gonna sound like very corny of me, but I'm the kind of guy like when like if like someone asks, oh, like if you're having like say if you were gonna die, you want to have like a meal with like one last person kind of thing, who would it be? Like I'm rounding up my boys I grew up with. Like I'm not paying $5 grand to hang out with like Aaron. Like as much as I love Aaron Judge, I can't pay $5 grand to the table with him. Right. I might dupe the guy Casino and be like, hey, I'm gonna slide through here.
All right.
$5 grand is I'm like.
No, let me take this first test drive. Let me tell you something. It's just a quick little nugget for you guys. It's 2016. Dante the Don gets me back through the back door at some Cubs charity event. It's the Cubs. It's January 2016. They haven't started the season. They just lost in the pennant to the Mets. So they're back in town for the convention, and we're leaving, and the party's over, and all the Cubs are there, and it's just there's probably a couple hundred people at this thing, and David Ross sees me. He's like, hey, Barstool, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going home. He's like, no, you're not. You're coming with us. And I was like, you got it, man. He's like, follow me. I follow David Ross out the back door of this event. We go down to the alley. It's all the fucking Cubs players. And they're just waiting for Ross to come down because he's got the reservation at RPM Steak, which is a big steakhouse in Chicago. We go down the street. I sit at a table with these guys. I think it's me and a couple of the wives and girlfriends are the only non-players. Big Cat was at Lester's table. To this day, Ev, I think about that dinner all the fucking, it was like the coolest fucking thing, like the stories, the camaraderie. Obviously it's cool because they went out and they won the World Series like that year, and that was like their first fucking team dinner together. And like me and Big Cat snuck in the thing, and David Ross was like, at the end of the night was like, how was it? I was like, good, man, it was awesome. He's like, all right, hopefully you got some good fucking stories for the season.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, I mean,
but see, it was good. It was good because you didn't have to pay $5 grand like a loser. getting invited. Like getting invited by the manager, like that's legit.
All right.
Okay. All right. There's a price for it, though, Rico.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
there's a market out here.
Definitely. $5 grand's high end. Well, that makes sense. I'm definitely going into the wallet, like to see what I could do. So we'll see what happens.
I think I'm trying to. I mean, Judge is 6'7". I'm trying to sneak in behind him and kind of just all of a sudden they end up at the table. They're like, who's the fat guy at the end? And they're like, oh, whatever, he's all right.
Yeah.
Let him stay.
Real quick. Scherzer getting hurt, like panic meter, I don't know, 6, 7. Like I just don't love it. Now we got 2 aces down. We're probably getting into the harder part of the schedule here. West Coast trips. I don't know. If you guys want to talk me off a ledge, you can spend like a minute on it, but I'm definitely worried. Put it that way. Definitely worried.
Yeah, all right. So you definitely should be worried because some of these other starting pitchers, maybe they haven't outperformed their stuff, but they've certainly outperformed expectations and projections. And so when you take away Scherzer, it just introduces the opportunity for a longer losing streak. He's the type of guy that like makes it virtually impossible that you guys ever lose more than like 3 in a row or something. So that kind of fucking blows, obviously. But the lineup's fucking solid, man. The fact that Nemo and McNeil are showing up every fucking day. Again, you've got like Frankie Lindor and Pete Alonso, guys that can turn a series in a fucking swing of a bat. Like the team is still fucking good, and Steve Cohen will do absolutely whatever it takes. Yep. So if the news turns out to be worse than it is, there's nothing that the fucking Mets won't do to get who they want.
Right.
Including dropping off a duffel bag of fucking tens of millions of dollars for like the prospect. They're like, oh yeah, why'd they trade that prospect for this? Like, oh, it turns out Steve Cohen just gave this guy a piece of art worth $150 million.
Yeah. And told him to go hit like 220 in Oakland's minor league system. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I mean, dirty deals. I'm all for that if it gets us a title. Ev, real quick, like, should I panic or you think he's all right?
No, I don't panic till you see the MRI. I mean, He was late in the game. He should have tightened up a little bit. I mean, I think if it was like the first inning and he's like, oh, like it late in the game. I mean, wait for the MRI. I don't think he get too crazy. Yeah.
All right, Marty, is Elio ready? No? All right. We're waiting on Elio. We'll bring him in as we bring him in.
Okay.
Either way, so dog of the day. I'm gonna pull a Carl here, and they're like plus 100. It's like even money. But what I'm going to do is move the Pirates to -1 at plus 143. So I don't love laying the money at 1.5. I will take the push if they win a 1-run game, but I think they explode. You talk about the Mets winning all those series. The Padres are 6-3-2 in their series this year. This one decides it. It's a rubber game. They hit Gibson really well. Darvish is bad on the road, and it's a hitter's park in Philly. I'm worried about it. But I think San Diego is that type of team. They get it done. San Diego -1, plus 143 for the plus money or dog, depending on how you look at it. Carl, what are you looking at as far as the dogs?
All right. So this one. I'm so ice cold. This is why it's hot ice. I'm the ice part of the show right now, and that's okay. We're gonna bounce back. I'm gonna be a cheap fuck and just take the Mariners as my dog. I think they're like plus 102 against the Red Sox. I'm not joking. If people don't know who Ty France is, the casual baseball fan or just the casual sports fan doesn't know who Ty France is, get dialed in on Ty France. Is the second coming of fucking Edgar Martinez. All this dude does is fucking rake, hit line drives, mash. I'm taking the Mariners, but I'm calling out Ty France because he's going up against, I think it's Rich Hill, right? Rich Hill's on the bump for the Red Sox.
I saw Rich Hill on the bump, yes.
Oh my, like that just like explodes to me. And then J-Rod, that's a good matchup for J-Rod. But honestly, I just like go do some homework on Ty France if you don't know who Ty France is. He's a guy who's finally getting a chance to play every day. And players around baseball have consistently said he's like a legend in the minor leagues. They just could never find a position or a team that could play the guy 162. He's finally got it with the Mariners. I think he's in his late 20s. He's fucking killing it. So, Ty France guy.
Ev, dog.
All right, so I guess I'm going to be the juicy one today. I'm on the Cardinals plus 163. Decent pitching matchup for them. I know Bass has been good, but Dakota Hudson's been pretty solid also. Just think it's a wide number. They avoid the sweep here. Also, for me, this is kind of like a Mets, like little. I'm feeling a little energy there, just like a vibes thing. Like I said, I'm definitely not hitting the panic meter on Scherzer or anything like that on the Mets. But I just woke up this morning. I'm just visualizing a Frank the Tank sitting in the gambling cave around 2:30 in the afternoon, saying how the Mets are never going to win again, even though they're in first place, and that Scherzer's going to miss 3 seasons. Just this one game. The Mets are going to be just fine. They're going to be in it all the way to the end. They're going to be a playoff team, probably going to win the division. Just today, they drop one at home to the Cardinals. Plus 163, a big number for a good baseball team.
All right. Yeah, Marty, you can bring him in. Go ahead, Carl, while we're transitioning.
No, I'm just telling Big Ev, I was pointing him out. That's too big of a number for too good of a baseball team is just about the smartest thing anybody said on the show so far today. No offense to anything you said, Rico. That's a great way to put it. Welcome, Elio.
Good. All right, Elio, fucking perfect timing, beating the lunch rush. So we'll get right to it because we got to save time for the horses. It's not a coincidence, folks, that I brought him on Thursday before Preakness. It is not a coincidence. But we give out like a plus money sign, or you can move the line. What are you looking at as far as an underdog today on the baseball card?
Well, let me just start by this. I was listening to you guys before. You were looking for teams that were going to go on streaks.
Yeah.
The Red Sox. Let me talk about the Red Sox. Now, I know that the value is always not good with like Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers, teams like that because they're always over bet. The Red Sox starting pitching has been so good, lights out, but their hitting and their bullpen has been really shitty. They're starting to go on a little run. I think they've won 5 out of 7, and their starting pitching Sale is coming back soon. They have I think they're the best by far ERA starting pitchers. Besides maybe 2 starts, they left 13 runs or whatever. But the Red Sox are going to go on a run. They're going to go on a monster run. So that's a team that you really want to get behind.
You know, that does line up. Way I'm looking at it. So Mariners, White Sox, Orioles, and Reds, and then A's get them into the beginning of June. So this is the time to buy it early.
It's going to go huge. They're going to go like probably 30-10 in their next 40.
All right. I love it. As far as today, did you have an underdog?
No, I was going to take the Red Sox. What are they? They're like minus 120 or 125. Okay. So that's
I think they're smaller than that. I think it's down closer to like minus 110.
All right. There's my pick 'em.
All right.
Sorry, they're not a dog.
No sweat. Best bet. I think I'm going to go with the Astros over 4.5 runs minus 117. They average 4.5 runs. They're facing Glenn Otto, who gave up former Yankee Ev. He's got a Yankee hat in his picture. 8 earned runs in his last start. He's got a 6.3 ERA. Guy's a gas can. I like the Astros to fucking light it up. Carl, best bet.
Well, I'm going to be stupid again. Listen, I was talking about the Diamondbacks. I love Zach Gallen. If you guys haven't paid attention to Zach Gallen, the guy's got the fucking kitchen sink, 95, 97, little cut piece, slider, curve, good change, throws it with confidence, and fucking bad counts. I love Zach Gallen. I've made money off Zach Gallen and the Diamondbacks this year. But I'm taking the Chicago Cubs minus 104 as my best bet. I've got my fucking dick kicked in for like the last month. I can't remember the last time I won a fucking game. No hitter after no hitter after no hitter. Can't score a fucking run. I swear to fucking God, I'm taking the Cubs. And if they can't put up a run, I'm jumping off the balcony. You're never going to hear from me again. No, I'm not. But
Elio, he's been shut out in his last 4, and 2 of them were no hitters. Last 4.
I haven't scored a run in a best bet in 2 fucking weeks.
It's crazy.
Don't worry. Besides last night, I went 3 weeks without scoring a goal in hockey, so don't worry about it. We all go through it.
It's crazy. Ev, best bet.
I'm going with the Guardians here. Big time pitching. I'm actually wondering why the line is so small. It's only minus 130. I mean, Tyler Mahl's been awful this year. The Reds been playing a little bit better. I really don't understand it. Cal Control is one of those guys that he's probably going to be a trade piece, like to a contender, like around that trade deadline. He's been pitching really solid this year for the Guardians. At home, it got rained. Like I said, I don't understand why it's so short. I love minus 130. That's the best bet.
All right, Elio, best bet.
Best bet. I can't go baseball. I mean, I'm a hockey guy, so I'm taking Florida minus 155 tonight. Sorry, guys. I don't play those games.
Well, it's hot ice. People, they have tweeted at us. They're like, it sounds like a hockey show. It sounds like a hockey show. So guess what? We embrace the fucking joke here. We'll go with that. So who are you on? Florida?
Yeah, Florida minus
All right,
155.
All right.
Sorry.
No, big, I love that.
Big every which way.
All right, Florida. I love that. The hit parade, real quick. I'm putting in Michael Brantley. I love the Astros. He's got an 8-game hitting streak. He's hitting 285. He's 12 out of his last 13 games. He's unbelievable. I think the Astros hang it up. Ev, who are you putting in the hit parade?
Devers. Don't overthink it. The guy's batting 340.
Wow. That was my guy.
Like I said, obviously, I'm a Yankees fan. I hate the Red Sox. The guy's unbelievable. There's not that many games today. Don't overthink it. Devers, easy.
No sweat. Awesome. Carl, hit parade.
80 fucking degrees time of game time. Marcus Stroman's going to be throwing a lot of arm side running fucking fastballs over the plate to the outer half. I need a lefty from the Arizona Diamonds lineup. I'm going David Peralta. I see a little fucking boop, 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 maybe over 2.5 if you guys want to go to the sportsbook, get fucking crazy. That probably pays +4 something. So
yeah. So reminder, we're +5 units with the hit parade. So just keep betting it. All right. Now the portion I'm sure everyone has tuned in for. Preakness in 2 days. Elio, give us your rundown. You got 8 full minutes here. It's your show. Give us a trifecta. Give us a bot. Like, who are we looking at here?
So last time I was on, I gave out 2 picks. I gave the Derby pick. Obviously, you got beat by an 80-1 shot. And I also gave the Oaks winner. And the Oaks winner is actually in this race. It's Secret Oath is the horse that we picked for the Oaks last couple of weeks ago. So you got basically, I have 3 horses. I have the Logical Choice Epicenter. I think he was the favorite in the Derby. He's clearly going to be the big favorite here. He's going to be the 8 horse. Then you have the horse that won the Oaks, the female horse that won the Oaks, Secret Oath. They have her a morning line around 5-1. But then I have Creative Minister, who is the 2 horse, who's 10-1. That is going to be my sneaky long shot. I'm going to play against the favorite. I'm going to go with Creative Minister. He's 10-1, lightly raced horse. He's won 2 out of 3 starts. He actually ran in the undercard in the Derby. And if you watch that race, he won so easy. I really like when the horses are lightly raced and they bring them back real quick. Like, there's no reason that they brought this horse back this quick unless the horse was doing really well. So I'm going to go on a long shot. You're going to get all of 10-1 in Creative Minister in the Preakness, the 2 horse.
Yeah, it's tough with this one. Like, it feels like with the 2 weeks in between, you lose a little steam. And obviously the Derby winner didn't come through.
Yeah.
I just feel like these exotics, like, is it even worth playing the exotics, or should you kind of just load up on a certain exacta? Like, do the exotics, does the try pay out well? In the Preakness?
Yes, it does. I mean, you're gonna only have 9 horses, so it's gonna be obviously a huge step down from 20. But I think as long as Epicenter, the 8 horse, doesn't win, you're gonna get good payouts. So as long as you don't have 8 on top, you're gonna be in good shape.
All right. Do any of these names jump out at you guys? Ev, how about Skippy Longstocking as the 9? Armagnac, Carl, isn't that like a liquor?
Yeah, I think so. It's a good one.
That's a good one. Happy Jack. I don't know any Jacks that are happy in my life, so I'm crossing him right off. Elio, are you locked in? Like, where are you watching this?
Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm gonna probably be at my house. Yeah, I'm gonna have like a kid on top of my head, changing a diaper, and betting the horses.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Anything in the undercard? I know it's obviously like a whole day of racing. Anything in the different ones, or like, are you just going to be tweeting them out and we got to turn the notifications on?
Yeah, you're gonna have to turn the notifications on because I haven't had the time to handicap. But I will say this Friday, the Black Eyed Susan, so it's where the female horses run.
Okay.
I've done a little bit of handicap. I'm not going to give a pick out right here, but if you want to bet this race on Friday, it is loaded. There's going to be one favorite. I think there's 13 horses, and if the favorite doesn't win, you're going to probably have anywhere from 10 to 30 to 1 shot win. So I think that's a real good betting race. It's the Black Eyed Susan, which is Friday around 5 o'clock.
All right. Is that the last race of the day?
I think it's the second to last race.
Okay. Black Eyed Susan. All right. Yeah, we'll look that up, obviously. So that's good. Get on the Red Sox. Get on the hit parade tonight. Follow Elio. Be ripping shirts. He's got hockey going.
Yeah, we got.
That's how it goes. So, all right. That's hot ice. Elio, thank you for joining us. We look forward to it, obviously.
Florida Panthers tonight. Just bet it. Go to bed. Don't worry about anything.
Comes in and bets the Florida Panthers on a baseball show. It's one of a kind.
By me.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All
right. Good luck, guys.
Awesome. That's hot ice. Marty hit him with the graphic. We'll get you a hit parade price. We got some day baseball. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Carl F., great show. Thank you very much.